Milk thistle. I have some great milk thistle seed here. It's a wonderful plant. It's very bitter. It's a very strong plant, well studied, known for years and years for its help with liver and digestion. It's a plant that actually grows native in the Mediterranean region, also in North Africa, in the Middle East, and now it's widely cultivated in some areas and used for medicinal purposes, but lots of places consider it a noxious weed. It likes dry, stony soils, fields and roadsides that are dry, and it is a thistle that will pop up anywhere, and it's this great life-giving plant. The parts of the plants that are used are mostly the seeds or the fruit. That's what it's most well known for, but also dried roots are used, and also even some of the young leaves, and even in sprouts it's being used. Some of the history for this amazing plant is the fact that it was mentioned in 50 AD in Rome by Pliny the Elder. He used the juice of it plus honey for carrying off bile, or helping the liver work a little bit better. In about 40-90 AD, the Greeks talked about, some Greek physicians talked about infants with drawn sinews. Also, they used it for snake bites. There's an old Saxon remedy where it's hung around the neck, and it is supposed to set snakes to flight if you hang it around your neck. I'm not sure if that works or not. I haven't tried that one out. In the Middle Ages, they talked about a lot of uses for depression and melancholy, and also it was used as a food source, fresh or boiled. In 1597, Gerard used it for melancholy and means black bile. Not sure exactly what that means, but interpreting that usually means making the liver function better, making for people who had black bile to be able to let that bile release from the liver, because really that's what this plant is used for. In the 1600s, Culpeper recommended it for jaundice, for stones, for dropsy, for any liver issues, and as a blood cleanser, and for the plague. The Native Americans, they used it topically for boils and skin disorders, but also ate it internally whenever they put it on topically. In Germany's Commission E, it talks about it for liver diseases and the studies associated with that. There's lots of nutrients, of course, in this great plant. Vitamin E, lots of vitamin E. It has a bitter component to it, so we know it's good for digestion, and it also has lots of complex nutrients in it that help it to do things different than other plants. It's one that really feeds and gets a response from the liver. It's super high in antioxidants, and you know, the liver metabolizes fat in the body, and your body also, when it's losing fat and when it's being supported, it needs more antioxidants, but your liver also metabolizes that fat and needs support to be able to do that. And lots of people try to lose weight, but they don't really support their liver. And I think sometimes when you don't lose weight, it's because you're not having enough nutrients in your body and you're not supporting your liver. Your liver's not strong enough to be able to metabolize that fat through your body. That's just what I think kind of happens. It has lots of protein in it, vitamin A, vitamin D. It's a plant that has more B12 in it. It's as a plant source of B12, which is sometimes hard to get a hold of. It's got iron and copper, just lots and lots of minerals, full of nutrients that can help restore your liver function, or maybe even digestion, kind of back to normal, settle things back down, help your body with those symptoms. It can help detoxify the blood and the spleen. It can support that type of repair and rejuvenation of cells, especially liver cells. It can help filter out the blood and help kind of give a shielding to the kidneys and give it a little bit extra help. It's been known for brain and memory and even skin. And you know, anytime you have skin issues, it's usually liver problems. In my book, I see people not supporting their liver, and the toxins just come out the skin, including things like symptoms associated with psoriasis and eczema and things like that. Well, I always think support the liver with some nutrients, and my number one liver herb is milk thistle. It can help the body with environmental toxicity, industrial pollution, radiation. Big deal for us right now to be eating these herbs that help support our body in handling all this radiation that's happening. Also, it helps to absorb toxins in bad water, alcohol, chemicals, liver toxic herbs. It can support your liver if you're taking liver toxic drugs into your body. It can help the body with alcohol poisoning and chemicals. Liver toxic drugs can help kind of move some of these toxicities out of the body, can help push artificial sweeteners out of the body, also can help absorb the poisons from poisonous mushrooms. It can help the body with a fatty liver, and it's been known to assist with cirrhosis of that liver, and even obstructions in the gallbladder, symptoms associated with that. Also, it's one that has been recommended many, many times for any hepatitis type symptoms and supporting the body. Along with that, it goes hand in hand with talking about digestion and helping to have insulin in the body be balanced and balance out that whole high-low blood sugar that affects our digestion in a big way. It's a very bitter herb, so things absorb better in the intestines and in the stomach when you take milk thistle with other things, because it's so bitter it makes the body really absorb it well. It has lots of immune system function with it, and a lot of people will use it to support their allergy regimen or symptoms associated with that. Also, it's been used for infection and helping to strengthen T cells and for inflammation, and even it's been used for some symptoms associated with cancer and settling things down. The safety with milk thistle is it's considered not hazardous at all, and there are no known side effects, which is great. You can eat it fresh, you can sprout the seeds, you can have it dried, you can use it in many, many different ways. This plant happens to be a plant that is not water soluble, so it's not something that you can make a water-based tincture or extract out of. Even you wouldn't really make a tea out of milk thistle, because the main components that come out of it are not water soluble. So you could use an alcohol tincture, you could use a combination alcohol, water, glycerin, maybe apple cider vinegar if you wanted to, but you need the alcohol to pull out the components of this plant. But you can use it dried, the whole plant. The plant works very well in a capsule, well, it works very well in a powder form, and digests very well that way. And so milk thistle is a great way to support our liver and support digestion in a simple, safe plant that's really, really easy to use and easy to get a hold of. Lots of studies, look up lots of information on milk thistle. It's definitely one herb that you should have in your cupboard.